So once industry manufactures the lies, they have to pay people to kind of carry the lies into the public discourse, right? In other words, they have to manufacture credibility because industry itself does not have credibility. So they have to get others to make these arguments on their behalf. So just for example, back in the day when we were still debating smoking and its health effects, it didn't make sense for the CEO of Philip Morris to put himself in an advertisement telling you how smoking is so good for you. Instead, they would have doctors bring that message, right? Doctors come with sort of built-in credibility. So that's how they bring these messages into the public discourse. The way this played out with Prop 37, extremely effective. They essentially paid academics, like from UC Davis, your sister school, where there's a lot of paid research there going on already from the likes of Monsanto and other biotech companies. So they had sort of, invested in these academic experts over the years, and then it was kind of time to withdraw on that investment when Prop 37 came along. So several UC Davis professors wrote op-eds, came out with reports, wrote letters to the editor, and so forth, telling us why we should vote no, never really disclosing this inherent conflict of interest. In other words, a professor that's on the take from Monsanto might have a vested interest in telling us to vote no on Prop 37. And I, at the time, was working on the proposition for the Yes campaign, and I remember in one case wrote about this one professor who had written this report, did not disclose his conflict of interest, and then got this strange email from this guy's brother in Canada essentially threatening me because I had supposedly said something wrong about his brother. I mean, the tactics that played out during the whole campaign were quite stunning. But this buying up of experts was particularly notable with Prop 37. They even went so far to hire this guy, Henry Miller, who became their poster child. And they kind of misrepresented his affiliation. So you see him here in an ad with the Stanford University as the backdrop. And his affiliation originally made him seem like he was a professor at Stanford University, when in fact, he happens to just work at the Hoover Institution, which is housed on the Stanford campus. Well, Stanford got a little upset about this because they have a policy to not get engaged in propositions or political debates at all. And so they were upset that it looked like this guy was representing them. And so the no campaign kind of got caught, and that was a little fun to see them have to backtrack, and then they re-edited the ad to remove the Stanford campus from the background and change his affiliation to be more clear that he wasn't actually a professor. Now, the ads had already been running, so a lot of people probably already thought that he was more formally affiliated with Stanford. But that's the kind of thing that went on.